Holy fuck! I woke up like literally 20 minutes ago, something like that. And it took me from then to now to get to the point where I could go live. But I woke up to the news that I am now being followed by Joe Exotic on Instagram. Like, no shit. Amongst my notifications this morning is Joe Exotic started following you. I'm like, that's not the Joe Exotic, right? Nope, it's the Joe Exotic. And I'm just like, holy fucking shit. Like, I think that's cool as shit. We'll get to why in a second. I need to blow my nose. So, I'm getting kind of sick, I think. Allergies, cold, I don't know what. So, sorry for the pauses to blow my nose and cough and whatnot. I'm not even smoking today. Yeah, it's bad, whatever this is. Uh, so, Joe Exotic. You blow my nose again. Joe Exotic is a big deal to me because he's in Oklahoma. A, he likes cats and he's gay. We might have a thing or two to talk about that. And plus, there's the whole suicide pact because the ATF is coming for him and his buddy. That reminded me of, well, me. And I liked it. I like him. I like him quite a bit. I think Carol Baskin should rot in fucking hell. Okay. As far as any animal abuse he did, I doubt very much that man did anything that was untoward towards animals. Did he put down tigers? Maybe. But you know what? Go watch my video where I was talking about the fact that I killed the day. There are times where you have to put shit down. And like, I know a lot of people in the fucking, outside of the cowboy world wouldn't understand that. That 100%, I think that's what was going on with those tigers, if I had to guess. Just based on looking at him. I doubt he was just, oh, we gotta kill the fucking tigers. Such bullshit. Uh, it's one of those, like, if there is any goal in this podcast, amongst its goals is the release of most prisoners, and that includes Joe Exotic. Most of our criminal justice system is fucked beyond repair. The thing that I like about Joe Exotic is during that whole 2020 mess, I was going through a bunch of shit trying to be me. And Joe Exotic on Tiger King was like this missing part. Seeing America love him made me feel okay to be me, I guess. And like, that's the weird thing about like being in Oklahoma and being this is you hide for good reason. Okay? Like, I didn't come out for a long goddamn time. And you know what? Now that I do, I don't walk anywhere in fear, but that's because it took a lot to get to this point. It took a lot for me to get to the point where I can just walk into a store without fear. I think that's, something most people who watch this show probably won't ever fucking understand. As a result, I saw Joe Exotic and I saw a gay man that even my grandfather would have been like, yeah, I don't like gay people, but he's okay. And like before I came out as trans, I came out as gay because like I knew there were people in my life that would need that. And like my grandmother was one of those. It was a big swap from, her thinking of me one way to me thinking of me another way. And honestly, the best thing I ever did for my relationship with my grandmother was transition. Um, my grandmother gets it. is like super supportive, and she's amazing. Sorry. She's like 80 years old. And I would like for her, to die on a happy note. And it's hard to die on a happy note when the world is where it is. Anyway, I don't know if Joe controls his own Instagram or what post of mine he saw that made him follow me. But thanks. Like, not even so much for following me, but like, I like that you followed me because I know that you've seen me, and that to some extent you must know that I like you. You must know that you helped me a great deal. Like, right now, I'm kind of doing a slow burn about a lot of shit. And I don't even know what to do anymore. It's to the point now where, like, secession is the only way. Secession or civil war, both. It's coming to that rapidly. And, like, no one wants to hear that because we're all the people from fucking Wally and everyone's on their fucking, hover chair or whatever bullshit. America's over. America's been over for a while. And the day Biden got elected, it was real over. Like, Joe Exotic should be out of prison. And the thing is, if we secede, we can just go do that. There's a lot of things where we can just go do that now. I think we should do that. I don't know what states would go with us, but God, I would love to get Joe Exotic out of prison. I think it's fucking hilarious that he followed my page. One second, I need to blow my nose again. Uh, this might be the last podcast for a minute until I get to where I'm not blowing my nose constantly, but I at least wanted to do something today talking about this because this is fucking cool as shit. I don't know if I'm going to get to talk to him or not, but that would be dope. I would love to get him on the show, to be honest. I really don't know what he is capable of doing from prison, I guess. What cracks me up is this dude 100% went to Wanamaker. There's no fucking way he didn't. Like, well, Wanamaker Gun Show in Tulsa is like the last of the free pirate trade shows in the world, really. A lot of people wouldn't look at it that way, but like, it's 11 acres of guns under one roof with barely any laws controlling it whatsoever. Yes, there are FFLs. Yes, there is the ATF, but we are legion and we outnumber them, and we just do what we want to do in the broad light of day and dare them to stop us. That's what goes on at Wanamaker. If there's enough of you doing the same thing at the same time, they can't fucking stop you. Democracy in action, folks. And this is where, like, if we secede, we're going to need walls. We're going to need walls and border checks and all sorts of shit like that to keep out the fucking people from non-free America. And I don't know to what extent we even allow Democrats to stay in our states. And when you're like, what do you mean allow Democrats to stay in your states? Well, here's the issue. The very nature of seceding will create a situation where the United States government will probably be coming for us. Any Democrats will be viewed as potential traitors, and I think they should be kicked out of our fucking country. Other people, maybe, they're savable or whatever, but if you've sworn allegiance to the Democratic Party, you're a Nazi. You get to die a Nazi's death. Like, quite frankly, I would like to line all those people up against a wall and fucking have them shot. So it seems pretty tame to me to say that they get to stay in non-free America. And if you're like, well, what's wrong with the Democrats? Well, most Democrats are just fucking stupid people that vote for stupid shit. But like a sliver of them are Carol Baskin and Hillary Clinton and Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden. So what's wrong with Carol Baskin? Well, Carol Baskin is the small version of those other people. In the same way that I am the small version of Joe Exotic, in that I have a bunch of guns and a cat and I'm crazy, Carol Baskins does illegal shit to get her stuff moved through Congress. Carol Baskins does illegal shit a lot, I'm guessing. And the reason I say that is just because of who her buddies are, and the reason Joe Exotic is sitting in jail and she is sitting free. He does things a certain way, right, that precludes him from having any help from the courts. Well, how does she do things? She's doing the same thing as him. Think about that. She's breaking just as many laws as him, doing just as many things as him, but she's doing it in a different way that doesn't look bad to the FBI, so she can be the one that goes to them and is like, oh no, he's trying to have me killed, or whatever the fuck it is. Like, this is, when you are a criminal, you don't go and openly commit crimes and shit. You do shit in secret and you use the police to enforce your fucking will. Like, if someone gets in your way, you call the fucking cops. You're not a criminal. Like, this is really how these people work. Okay? And eventually all the rest of you guys are going to wake up to this. Like, right now, it seems to be it's like Joe Exotic and some people in prison, and like me and a few other fucking druggies on the internet that fucking see this shit. It gets annoying. Like, most of you are too fucking stupid, I think, to actually commit crimes. That's part of the problem. Like, my girlfriend Dakota, not that she was stupid, but she didn't get that, she commits crimes like shoplifting because she likes to. But she didn't get that, like, there are people that do that with violence because they're kind of evil and twisted and like a whole bunch of other shit. And these people, the thing worse than the ones that, kill people, are the serial killers that know better than to kill people. These are the Carol Baskins of the world. These are the fucking Nancy Pelosi's of the world. These are people that go and worm their way into positions of power and commit very low level crimes that, no one's going to punish Nancy Pelosi for that. Well, if you do enough low level crimes, you can commit some high level crimes and no one even fucking notice. You know, steal a little bit here, steal a little bit there. Eventually, you've committed grand larceny. Joe Exotic's fucking crazy. I love that about him. And like, I think that's kind of half of my thing with anything is like, yeah, he's crazy. But on the whole good bad scale, he's good. And like this is the thing that is really fucked up about our system right now is that good people go to prison and bad people wander the streets free. I don't know exactly what's up with that. That's just how our world is right now. If you are a good person, don't get caught up in the criminal justice system. You will get stuck in prison for the rest of your fucking life. If you're bad, they don't want you there. You cause trouble for them. They'll kick you out eventually. Figure out a way. I think the entire idea of punishing people for their crimes by locking them in a box is flawed. I think it's one of those things that in the very near future, we're going to look at that as barbaric. I don't know what replaces that. To be honest, I think a fucking gunshot should replace a lot of it. Like, there's a laundry list of shit where, like, you could pay a fine or whatever. And then there's a laundry list of shit where, like, we should take you out back and shoot you. Like, in reality, the reason that I say Joe Exotic is on the side of good is, if anything, he did some shit that I would fine someone for. And Carol Baskin and Hillary Clinton and all the rest of them did shit that, like, you should be lined up against a wall and shot for. Seems like a pretty, distinct difference to me. I'm gonna cut this off here because I honestly am having trouble talking with my nose being like this. So, see you guys in a few days when I can talk again, maybe, or whenever I fucking get a wild hair. But don't expect to see videos from me for a minute.